Remote rating.
Remote raid.
Remote rating.
Remote raids.
I live in a rural area.
I play in a wheelchair.
I'm a father of 3 young children.
We are not invisible, and we should not be made to feel like we are.
Hear us, Niantic. The meaning of that phrase is so simple, yet for some reason we have to revisit it time and time again. You see, I truly believe Pokemon Go to be one of the greatest games ever created. It fuses in-person experiences with one of the best entertainment avenues, video games, personal opinion. But I do not believe it to be the best game, because to be the best, you need to nurture, you need to change, and you need to evolve with the times. Life moves fast, things evolve fast, and only people who change are the ones who are consistently at the top. Now, today I make this video to be heard, to be understood, and hopefully show you, Niantic, the possibilities that you guys are missing out on. Because sometimes when you focus too much on the destination of a game, you'll miss the journey that could have led you somewhere even more beautiful. So here it is. A letter to you guys from the community, from people of all ages and all backgrounds who want remote raids to stay widely available. We are not lazy. The reason we play Pokemon Go is because we adore the in-person interaction this game uniquely creates. But you need to understand, not all of us have access to easy mobility, flexibility in our lives, or even, not that uncommonly, local communities. To make these changes you plan on making on April 6, 2023 would be stripping all of those people of the joy of consistently playing this game that me and you have learned to love. You see, I was once one of those people. In January of 2020, I was actually diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, which is a sort of cancer, and I had to undergo 8 months of chemotherapy. With the introduction of remote raids in 2020, when I was bedridden, I was actually able to play Pokemon Go, hop in raids with friends, send them messages, and overall just take my mind off my next treatment. Remote raids helped me fight through one of the hardest times in my life. Now I'm all well and good and cancer-free and can now go ahead and go to in-person experiences and enjoy Pokemon Go outside. However, it pains me to think about the kid who right now is going through what I went through. Stuck in their bed, doing 5 remote raids a day, and then sitting there worried about their next treatment. I'm not trying to guilt you. I'm not trying to belittle you. I'm just trying to make you understand that people live all sorts of lives and are not always able to take advantage of an IRL experience. And making this change, you're taking away this beautiful game from those people. So I urge you to pause this video here, read this letter, and then talk to us. Have a conversation with the community and see what we can do to foster not only local communities, but also global communities. Because your game is a lot more than a local game. It is across the world, and friendships have been formed across the world. And I think we should nurture these communities instead of tear them down. I would now like to share some videos from average people who enjoy your game every single day and what they have to say about how this change will affect them.
Remote raids helped my family because my mom, who had cancer, was able to stay inside and in bed and do remote raids when my dad and I were out playing. Taking away remote raids limits people with disabilities and people that are unable to walk long distances.
As somebody with mobility issues, remote raiding is very important to me because some days, yes, I can get out. Mine aren't as bad as some people's, but other days I can't. I also have immune issues, so I can't always be in crowds either.
I'm a father of 3 young children and my wife has bad back issues. So being able to go out and play at weird hours of the day on an inconsistent basis is huge. And being able to invite people to remote raid into the raids that I come onto is one of the most helpful things to me.
One of the most important reasons why I want remote raiding to stay as it is I'm a disabled player. I play in a wheelchair, and when the weather is terrible and I can't get outside, it's easy enough for me to remote in with my friends and family to do it that way. And I just think this is a huge step backwards for accessibility to make it harder for disabled players to play. And this is just a bad move by Niantic overall.
Remote raiding has been essential to my gameplay ever since it came out, and my local group has thrived off this mechanic for a long time. It's impossible to meet up in person all the time. Please, don't take this valuable asset away from the game. It really will affect a lot of the community, and especially a lot of players that live out in the countryside without Pokestops.
Welcome to my home office, aka my kids' playroom. For the last couple of years, I've been working from home due to COVID. Because of that, it's a 9-to-5 job. I do not get out much at all during the day. So after work and before work, I'm taking care of the kids. It's a 4-year-old and an 18-month-old. And then once I go to bed, that is 8 o'clock at night. There are really no raids around at 8 o'clock at night. Plus, and if there are, there's no one to do them with. So remote raids has allowed me to continue up with raiding despite kind of being confined to my house. In addition, I live in Ottawa. Unfortunately, unlike California, our winters are really rough. In the last winter, we had 3 consecutive weeks where the temperature did not go above minus 25 degrees. And in this January, we set a record for snowfall. So there's also the outdoor conditions, and that's why remote raiding has helped me a lot.
To limit the number of raids and to increase the price, I believe somehow is gonna limit the accessibility for a lot of players.
The new changes to remote raid passes will cause me and my younger brother to not be able to participate in in-person raids anymore. We have no local community, and we rely on people from all around the world to join our raids through invites.
Over the last year and a half, I've been playing Pokemon Go consistently. I just got my sister into the game. She is a college student. I live in a rural area, and with these new changes, I can't afford to help her get the things she needs.
I come from a city with roughly 500,000 people living in it, but I'm always struggling to find people to participate in raids with me. Even the few people that I can maybe message and to like come out and whatnot, they honestly can't because they're busy with their schedules and things like that, and we can never synchronize. And a lot of them actually have more than one Pokemon Go account because they're forced to with raids like Hoopa Unbound. And now creating this whole 5 remote raids per day rule is only going to cause more people to have multiple accounts. You know, that's breaking the terms and services, but they don't have a choice. None of us do.
Having access to unlimited remote raids helped me to connect with people on a global scale, to talk about something other than my disability for a change. People who I now consider friends, who I would never have otherwise met. It was a true sense of equality, especially when I am physically limited and cannot leave my own home every day. This is a poor decision and an ableist one. We are not invisible, and we should not be made to feel like we are.
Thank you, Niantic, for taking the time to watch this message. Thank you for creating this beautiful game that we all can enjoy and have changed our lives. But please, hear us. Now, if you're not Niantic and you're watching this video, here are some things you can do to help out this Hear Us Niantic movement. First of all, you can download this letter on screen down below. You can share it, send it to your friends, retweet it on Twitter, retweet every time you see one, post it, share it, and all sorts of stuff. Also, I will link below a petition you can sign as well to revert the remote raid changes. Some people have been telling me that this is useless and that you shouldn't fight back. Niantic has made up their decision and they are set on what they want to set. But personally, I believe in fighting what you believe for and what you think is right. No matter how bad the odds are, hope is what fuels us, and hopefully we'll make a change. Hashtag Hear Us Niantic, spread it around. I love you all. We'll see you in the next one. Peace, guys.